Welcome to the SUTV Live post-game show, reflecting on another fine performance for the Blades. 3-0 winners this afternoon at Bramall Lane against Swansea City. Ellie Wilson, Carl Asaba alongside me still in the studio. You called it before the start of the game, Carl. You said 3 or 4 goals. Professional, job done.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a different performance. I thought it was going to be a flamboyant, all-attack performance, but that was a really disciplined, hard-working performance, really gritty, and with bit of splatterings of real quality.
What impressed you most about it?
The work rate, McAtee grafting and fighting for everything. Enjoy the same. Just a really, really good performance. You know, I was delighted. Sanderberg with quality, Norwood with quality, and just the team, you know, when they're fighting in the goal, they're all together. I just love it. Brilliant.
And they earned the right to play as well, didn't they, Ellie? Because Swansea came here with a game plan, high press. They love to keep possession, knock the ball around. So when Sander got that opener halfway through the first half, that really set everybody at ease.
Yeah, I think it settled the game quite a lot. It was quite open to start with, and like you say, Swansea came out with a high press, but ultimately most of the play was in their half, and I think it's fair to say they didn't really get out of it or have many chances throughout either half, to be fair. But that first goal just settles everybody down a little bit. I think it probably went a bit flat from Swansea's point of view as well. So whether that's a belief thing from their side, I don't know. But from a Sheffield United point of view, it sort of gave them a bit more confidence to just sort of kick on, get into the flow of things, and it not be as sort of scrappy.
And like Carl, pre-game, you said there'd be goals in this for Sheffield United. 3-0, it perhaps wasn't quite as comfortable as that, and yet Swansea never really threatened.
Yeah, I think they didn't really have many chances, but towards the end it just seemed like we had control of the possession, we were controlled out of possession. As Carl mentioned, it was a very disciplined performance, and there were opportunities even from set pieces as well, which was good to see. There was a decent end product along most of the ends of the attacks, but 3-0 I'd say was a fairly comfortable performance and result as well.
Good to see Ollie McBurney come off the bench, Carla, and get his goal. It doesn't matter whether they're from 20 yards or 1 yard as it was today, they all count.
Of course, he got in the right place. So I like the way he came on. He kept the ball, he linked up. He did an Ollie McBurney performance, he was great. But I thought Swansea started their formation 4-2-3-1. It posed questions, but you could see him on the pitch solving it. And that's what I love. It wasn't a straightforward victory. People who weren't here will be thinking, 3-0. Walk in the park. They asked questions of us and we're able to adapt on the pitch. You've got young players working things out, and it's really good to see. The management team, they've got a great bunch of players with them.
Dead ball situations were hugely beneficial for the Blades today. Jack Robinson got his goal in the first half from Ollie Norwood's free kick that came off the bar. He could have had a hat-trick at the end.
Yeah, he could have. I think 2 of them from set pieces, weren't they? That last one late on where it hit the post as well. It was just really good to see that the set pieces that they're working on in training are obviously coming off and paying off in terms of matching their timings and runs and things like that. But yeah, he had a cracking game today and he easily could have had 2. Yeah,
Ollie Norwood again, Carl, showing just the quality that we already know he has at this level.
Oh yeah, he's just a finished article in this division, and I feel it's doing him a discredit talking about this. He is a finished article as a footballer. He's just wonderful, and with that head as well, who's been here through, he's going to help the young lads get through towards the finish line.
Well, as Carl says, Ollie Norwood, the finished article on the pitch. How good is he off it? Let's hear from him now. Ollie, 3-0, 3 points, job done, I guess.
Yeah, another one ticked off. I thought we was very good, from the start. Swansea have a unique way of playing that's, they kind of invite the press. We've worked on it all week. Obviously, after the Wrexham game, we had in our mind the way we wanted to approach this game, and it was similar to how we approached it last year. If you remember, we kind of did the same thing to them, so it was fresh in our mind, and we said the majority of that team for them played that day, so it's fresh in their mind what we did to them, and let's go and do it again. And I thought, from start to finish, I thought we were brilliant. Yeah,
the manager before the game said that you might have to be patient. So with that in mind, how important was it for Sander to get that early breakthrough?
Yeah, it was, and the goal came off a press, and we play the ball in behind, and then Bogues, Maka did a little bit, rolls it off, and it's a great finish from Sander from there, just a side-footed into the net so calmly. It set us off, and then, we get the second one literally just before half-time, and they had a little push. I think they had one shot, Wes made the bit of a camera save, made it look a bit harder than he needed to.
Did you mention that to him?
No, I think he made it look harder than he needed to, but I thought he was very comfortable in the end, and then third goal wraps it up.
Now let's talk about the second goal, because I was saying to the guys off camera here, nearly 2 years we've been doing this show now, and I have still to see you in person score direct from a free kick. So close. I wasn't here for Blackburn. So close today. I guess Robbo reaps the rewards there for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's something, Stu McCall was on me, he should score more goals, and I should score more goals. It's something that I'm working on, and we practice free kicks, nearly every day, so, I fancied scoring, unfortunately.
Well, it looks like it was in when it left you, but it just didn't quite dip enough.
I thought it was, but it didn't dip enough, and then Robbo did the rest, and I thought he was brilliant today, he deserved his goal, and he could have actually had a hat-trick.
Would you have heard the end of it if he'd converted that volley at the end of the second half?
No, again, that was, it's work on the training ground, the set pieces, the lads, the analysis lads who come up with little routines, and, it nearly paid off. It's about delivery and timing, and Robbo again nearly gets on the end of it, and it's unfortunate to hit the post. And
then Ollie, perhaps the easiest goal he'll ever score, 1 yard out, tap in, thanks very much.
Yeah, you can't really miss them, can you? But no, delighted for him. He's worked hard to get back fit and back amongst the goals, but we're going to need everybody from now. The last 16 games is it left now, so there's still a lot of football to be played, and we're going to need everybody fit, and when everybody gets on the pitch, they've got to make an impact and make it difficult for the manager to pick a team. Yeah,
16 left, 10 points clear of Middlesbrough in third, and you've got a game in hand. As positions go at this stage of the season, you've been here a few times, this is a pretty strong one.
Yeah, but you can never look too far ahead. As you said, we've been in this position before, and we won't get carried away. We won't think we've done anything until it's confirmed. We've got a dressing room that's strong on personalities, and nobody will be getting feet off the ground and getting carried away. Wednesday is just another game. It's another person in our way of trying to get where we want to get to, and if we can beat them on Wednesday, puts them further away, and we've just got to keep ticking the games off game by game and as far as we can in front of third place.
Well done today. Best of luck Wednesday.
Thank you.
Cheers. So as you might expect, a very happy Ollie Norwood joining us here on set immediately after the game. Carl, quite clearly there's confidence oozing from Ollie Norwood, but the confidence flooding through this team comes when you're in the midst of a 13-game unbeaten run now.
Yeah, and I like the way he was talking about how well he acknowledged on the pitch how well Robbo had done, and then on the first goal, everyone else is celebrating with the goal scorer. He's speaking to Bogle because he acknowledges the quality that Bogle had to bring it down, and it's just he's a top player, great lad.
And there's a tunnel vision about his approach as well, Ellie. When you speak to him there and mention the position the club find themselves in, the league table, doesn't really want to hear any of it. He's focused pretty much on this game and now moves on to Middlesbrough midweek next week.
Yeah, and I think that's, we mentioned that in the chats previously. It's just about whatever game is in front of you at that moment in time. And Ollie's, true professional. He knows that he has to take care of the job in hand first before starting to think about any games that are coming up past the first one. So, we've seen that game on game that they're worrying about whatever their opposition they've got first, and hopefully they can take this positive performance into the next game against Middlesbrough.
Yeah, he didn't want to talk about it at all there, but I'll ask you, Ellie. 16 games to go, you're 10 points clear of the team in third, you've got a game in hand of them, and you can extend that further because they're next up. This is a strong position now with promotion in mind. Yeah,
it definitely is. It's a very strong position, and Middlesbrough obviously just behind. We mentioned earlier about chasing Burnley rather than worrying about the gap behind, but there's no denying that it is a big fixture, and the guys will know that, but it still is just another game that they're going to have to take care of getting the result on the pitch, and I think while they'll be very aware of what's at stake, they are in a very favourable position as well.
If they are looking in that dressing room at the league table and what's above them, so that's just Burnley rather than teams behind them, Carl, is that a result they'll have looked for when they came off the pitch today?
Yeah, of course they will have, but they can only win their games. But what I loved what he said was, we're up against a team who want to take what we want. And that's a great mentality because they do, they want to win and they're trying to steal your prize. So it's going to be a humdinger on Wednesday.
You're looking forward to this
one. Of course I am, already excited. I'm an idiot. I just get all wrapped up in it. Can't wait.
Well, the last time we had a game of this magnitude was when Burnley came to town, and that, even if you didn't support either Burnley or Sheffield United, you couldn't take your hands off it. Are we going to have a similar atmosphere here on Wednesday night?
I imagine so, yeah. I imagine it'll be a very competitive game and the fans will be well up for it as well as the players. So yeah, they're the ones you want to play
That's
in, right?
because the fans as well as the players know what's at stake here, potentially how decisive it could
Of course, but the fans, they know what's at stake, and they kicked in at 2-0. There was a lull in the game, and you could hear the Sheffield United repeating, still ringing in my head. I'll be singing it over dinner. But they're playing their part, and there's not the feeling of them not just watching the Blades go and get promotion. They know they need to be helped along the line, and it's really tough, and it's lovely to see the fans acknowledge that and play their part.
Absolutely. Well, Carl Asaba, Ellie Wilson, thank you once again for your company this afternoon. And what an afternoon it's been for Sheffield United as well. 3-0 winners on the pitch, 3 more points. They maintain that lead over third place Middlesbrough, 10-point gap in the tail. But importantly, they're still in touch with Burnley. Middlesbrough next up this Wednesday night. Remember, SUTV Live is on air at 7 p.m. Game kicks off at 8 p.m. We'll see you then.